All right, let's have a look at this one here. This is Theta, exercise 14.06, question 18, and here it is. I've been asked to have a look at this, and it's an expression which involves fractions and algebra. And I'm looking at this, and we've actually got a few traps for young players here. Well, actually not really traps, we've got a few shortcuts for young players, I suppose. Now, you could make this really awkward for yourself and make a very winded way of doing this, but fortunately there are some really nice shortcuts. And we know, of course, when you're adding or subtracting any sort of fraction, if the denominators are the same, we can just add the numerators. So in this case, we can make the denominators all the same. Now, at the moment, all the denominators are completely different, but we can make them the same in one fell swoop. So I'm going to do that now because I'm noticing that I've got an x plus 1, an x minus 1, and I know, and I'll just do it over here, little sidebar here, I know that if I've got x plus 1 and I multiply it by x minus 1, this is what we call the difference of two squares, and that becomes x squared minus 1 if I expand that out. And so these two together have the same denominator as this one here, is what we're saying. So let's go and combine these two so that happens. So I'm going to work on these two first. I'm just going to tack this bit on the end. We can't do it without doing that, otherwise the examiner will just say it's wrong. So just be aware of that. So here we go. I'm going to make a long vinculum. I've got this bit on here. I'm actually going to write it out in full. X minus 1, there it is. Now, I'm now going to cross multiply this. So I've got two lots of this, and again, writing it out, I'm not going to just do it in my head. I got a plus in the middle, I'm going to put a plus there. I've got 3 lots of this one here, 3 lots of x plus 1, there it is. Now, I just want to work on this bit, but don't miss out putting this bit on the end. So many people do, and without this bit, and you've got an equals there, it's just no longer true. So make sure you don't do that. All right, so let's now go ahead. We're going to expand this and simplify. Now, we know the expansion of the bottom is just x squared minus 1. But this is 2 times x, which is 2x. 2 times negative 1 is minus 2, plus 3 times x is 3x, and 3 times 1 is plus 3. And that's all minus 4 times x squared minus 1. And again, we've now got the same denominator, so we can just simply add the numerators together. Well, I'm just going to do this bit first, and I'm going to subtract 4. So let's just go ahead and do that. Except we don't even need to do that. We could just leave the whole thing. We could just go ahead and do the whole thing in one go. So I'm going to put x squared minus 1, and I'm going to go 2x plus 3x is 5x. I'm going to cross these out as I do it. And I've got negative 2 and plus 3. So, which is the same as saying 3 minus 2, and I've got a minus 4 on the end. So that's exactly correct now. So now let's simplify this. So I've got a 5x, 3 minus 2 is 1, and 1 minus 4 is negative 3, all over x squared minus 1. And there is my solution. Hope that makes sense, folks.